Lovely to have you all here this afternoon, and it's an absolute pleasure to be with ACO today, who have been the main sponsors and supporters of this competition, which is the How to Prevent Flooding Films Ideas competition. And it was inviting entrants to communicate their best initiatives for flood prevention through the medium of film. I had a good opportunity to read the context for the actual competition itself, and the very first sentence, I think, said it all. Why do we keep spending money putting homes and lives back together when we could spend it more effectively preventing the problem? And I think that says it all, really. Entrants could choose either a general idea or respond to any location in the UK or, frankly, overseas as well. So we've had a very broad response. The competition partners coming together to recognise the importance of this topic were the Landscape Institute, which I am the proud president of, the RIBA, the Institution of Civil Engineers, CUM, RICS, RTPI, Royal Town Planning Institute, the Building Centre, and of course, again, solely sponsored by ACO, who have provided both the prizes and are hosting us this afternoon, which is great. The judging panel, who had a pretty difficult job actually, was made up of David Balmforth, Robert Barker, Martin Fairley, Terry Fuller, Tony Mulhall and Stuart Ryder. And I'd particularly like to thank them for their time in judging the competition. What we're going to do, with no further ado, is we are going to show the small 5-minute films from each of the entrants. And they are, in this case, in no particular order, as they say at the Eurovision Song Contest. Atkins for Ingress, working together to alleviate flooding. Baharash Bagirian for Water Boulevards. Sarah Barker and Lizzie Griffin for Celebrating Water in the City, an integrated strategy for flood alleviation along the Porter Brook. Edward Barsley for Transition to a Coastal Landscape, designing a flood-resilient coastal settlement in Par Docks, Cornwall. Depthy CB and Heine Bajaj for Flooding, a Bigger Picture. Anne Shannon for Living with the Sea. The International Water Management Institute for Underground Taming of Floods for Irrigation. And Room 60, Matt Parker, for How to Prevent Flooding, an Instructional Ideas Film. One thing that really stood out is all of them, and I don't think any of them necessarily were designing to push that particular button, all of these are integrated landscape solutions. All of them promote a non-hard, non-engineered approach to the problem. And I think there is, and should be, as the films are showing. All 8 of these films I will be proud to be able to show to people. I think all 8 of them are absolutely in the right direction, pointing out sustainable, long-term, economically viable solutions, which I just really hope that these films can get as much into the public realm and make as much influence as they possibly can. You should be up here soon, not me. That's all I'm saying. But I'm glad to be here. So, without further ado, who are our winners? So clearly it was very difficult, but the judges have given me the answers here. So, as in time-aged tradition, we shall start with the runners-up. Our first runner-up is Deepthi CB and Heine Bajaj for Flooding, a Bigger Picture. I understand that they can't join us today because they are in India, so but well done for them for their film. Our second runner-up is from Room 60 and is Matt Parker for How to Prevent Flooding, an Instructional Ideas Film. Matt. Yes, mate. Fantastic. Well done. Thank you very much. Fantastic. The second prize now goes to Sarah Barker and Lizzie Griffin for Celebrating Water in the City, an integrated strategy for flood alleviation along the Porter Brook. Please do come up. Great. Well done. It's absolutely fantastic. I can tell you really enjoyed making that film. That's one thing I really did like. Thank you. And our winner. Our winner is Anne Shannon for Living with the Sea. What a wonderful film. What a wonderful film. I know the judges really, really enjoyed it. I think we can all agree that's been an amazingly successful competition. I don't know how we take this forward, Paul, or how these films get more promoted, but I really, really hope they do. So thank you very much once again. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.